Hello everyone, I wanted to talk to you about sorting. I noticed that some kids had trouble with that today. You can sort three ways: by color, shape, or size. Color tends to be the most popular way. So you would put the yellows together, the oranges together, and the purples together, and then you would count the groups. 1, 2, 3. 3 in my group of yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4 in my group of orange, and 1, 2, 3 in my group of purple. So you could say that there are more oranges than purples or yellows. You could say that there are the most oranges. You could say that there are equal amounts of purple or yellow. We don't really have a least for this group. Another way that you could sort is by shape. So you could say this one is this type of marker, and these are these types of markers, those types, and those types. And then I have four groups. This one only has, this one only has 1, this one has 4, this one has 2, and this one has 3. So I would say I have the most Flair pens. I have, so I could put them in order like this from least to greatest. I have the least of the Mr. Sketch markers, and I have the most of the Flair pens. So you could describe them that way. The last way is by size. So you could say that these are the mediums, the smallers, the small pens, the medium pens, and the big pens, or the large markers. So you would say, oh, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this group. I have 1, 2, 3 in this group, and 1 in this group. So I would say I have the most of small pens, and I have the least of the markers. Okay, another thing is on Monday, your work is going to be counting collections for math. So this could be a counting collection right here. You could use Legos, cereal, anything, buttons, anything that you have on hand. Some counting strategies we've gone over in class. Instead of counting in a pile like this, because they tend to count and they'll say, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 pens. And that's obviously not right. So you would say, oh, try again. Another strategy, a strategy that we've talked about is moving them to another pile. So they would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that, and they could count by piles. Another strategy we've talked about is putting them in a line so that they're easier to count, so that they can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am intentionally touching the markers and pens as I'm counting, because that helps with one-to-one correspondence. In class, we've talked about how it's not the best to put them in a circle, because then you don't know if they're in a circle. You kind of forget what you've counted and what you haven't counted, and you just kind of keep counting in the circle and you don't know where to stop. So that's not the best strategy. So if you see them doing that, you might want to bring that to their attention. And if your child is counting to numbers higher than 100, or counting to larger numbers, like if they're counting something small like Legos or Cheerios, something like that, where it's a smaller item and so there's a lot of them. We've talked about grouping. So you might want to have them group by 5s or 10s. And a lot of times what we'll do is I'll provide little Dixie cups. I don't know if you have those in your house or not. They could just make piles if you don't. But I'll provide small paper plates and Dixie cups, and that way they can put 10 of each item. Like this in itself was a group of 10. So this would go on one plate, and then on another plate I would put 10 more pens, and so that way I could just count 10, 20, 30, 40, and just count the cups or plates instead of having to count each individual item again. If you have any questions or concerns, I would be happy to discuss it with you. Just send me a message or call me and I will be happy to talk to you.